Hey guys, how's it going? ItZMuRdA here with another weekly patch note overview. Keeping up with, we're on week 2 so far. So far so good, keeping up with the weekly patches. This one's relatively small, and hopefully the explosions and stuff like that from VR in the background aren't too loud. But anyway, this one's relatively small, and it's really just a few bug fixes, some balancing of the new ESF weapons, some new AM station and old new AM station rollouts, and things like that. So just going to go through it real quick. I guess first, so that I can turn off this sound, I'm going to just skip down straight to the balance portion. Both the secondary missiles that were added with the patch last week, the Hornets and the Coyotes, got adjusted. The new nose guns didn't at all, but they essentially both got buffed in their intended role. The Hornets, I'm not going to demonstrate because the only thing that really changed is the damage on them. As I expected, they got an increase in damage for direct hits, so that they're more effective against vehicles, which is their primary intended role. They're going to be more competitive with rocket pods now, as far as that goes. And their splash damage got reduced a little bit, so that they're not quite as much of an infantry farmer, especially when combined with the other anti-infantry nose guns and like the reckoning bombs and things like that that you might see me doing on my YouTube highlights or on the Twitch stream. Anyway, I haven't got to try it out yet. It'll probably still work to some degree. Hopefully they're still fun to use, because they were indeed very fun, but didn't really beat out the rocket pods in the past. So hopefully this change now helps them be a little bit more competitive with rocket pods at their intended AV role. The Coyotes, which were, I think, probably the weakest of the new ESF guns or weapons, they got just a flat-out buff, and pretty substantial. Doubled RPM from 200 to 400, and gave them a acceleration to the projectiles, pretty substantial increase here too as well, from 2 meters a second to 10 meters a second. So they're still going to kind of hit lightly, that's intended, but they're going to fire and accelerate a hell of a lot faster, and hopefully serve their purpose at being able to keep up with high and fast moving ESFs. So try those out for yourself. Let me know what you think about all of them. I haven't, like I said, gotten to actually use them in practical purposes yet, but let me know what you guys think. I'll show you really quickly. I have the Coyotes equipped in VR here, and my apologies for the lag, because I actually have two, oh, it's even lagging more than I thought before. I have two windows of PlanetSide open. But you can see the Jeez, why is it lagging so much? Okay, there we go. We're a bit. Maybe it's just my first person. You can see the new increased RPM is actually quite fast. If you just hold down, you mag dump the four missiles really fast. And as they shoot off into the distance, you can kind of see the acceleration increase at play as well. So they're definitely fired. Can't speak today. Quite quickly now. So even if I'm shooting purposefully off to the side of the Mosquito a little bit, it should be a lot easier to continue to track your targets with them. But they weren't something that I had really used before or after the change, so let me know what you guys think. For those of you that have been using them through both iterations, or those of you who just picked them up recently. They're definitely a kind of a cool weapon, but I guess the practicality of it is still on the table to be determined. Same with the Hornets. So let me know what you guys think. I'll go through the rest of these notes. Alright, so starting back at the top, there is a issue that they've acknowledged a few times now with passive membership certs, and they know about it, and they're working on fixing it, and they are, have a log of all of the lost certs, and will be granting them to members who are supposed to have them when they fix it. So you have their word, and I don't see why they wouldn't follow through. So if you see a lump sum of certs that you receive in the nearish future, that's probably why. They also addressed the performance issue with particle effects, where explosions and things like that were causing some pretty bad performance. So that's always good to hear. And there's some basic bug fixes down in here to the lock-on messages, some collision issues, and there's more collision there, and getting stuck under places. So that's pretty much it, other than the AM stations. And what they did basically is took two of the 3 AM stations on Indar, Zervan and Dahaka, and they updated them. They updated Zervan with the Freyr layout, so if you didn't check out Freyr already on the live game or one of these AM stations on the test server, That's what that looks like now. I also have a video up on the YouTube channel about the Freyr layout, so if you're curious, you can go head over to that and check it out. I'll include it in the description as well. And then Dahaka is kind of a hybrid, and I'll show you guys what that looks like. Have that loaded up on test over here. So I'm at Dahaka already. Look at that, I'm planning in advance, and you'll notice that from the outside it looks identical to the amp station that you've come to know over the past year and a half now or so, depending on how long you've been playing. But the outside is pretty much identical to the amp station that we know, the non-Freyr amp station. But what they did change is how the inside and the underground works. So you're still a 1-point cap at A, right in the center of the V-Bay here. But your spawn room is now where your SCU. Oh, look at that! The base got taken since I was here. I wonder if I can stay alive in here. Your spawn room is now where your SCU usually is in this layout. So instead, they swapped over the spawn version of the Freyr layout, if you will, and kept the rest of the elements essentially of the old amp station layout. So you've got some sort of a hybrid now. I haven't actually got to play on it yet. Don't really know what I think about it. I tend to prefer the Freyr layout, I think, just because of the courtyard being a lot better for infantry, the triple cap setup, the fact that you have these forward spawn points when you hold A, B, or C, and things like that, rather than this just seems like it would be quite easy to defend. Not that this spawn is that much different than this spawn, but you're spawning essentially in the center already without needing to take a tunnel or anything like that. You're inside the shields. And you're really close to A, especially if I guess you can't get out and around. At least that's good. You don't have the jump pads that go up to it, but you can exit in various ways. So I don't know. It's interesting. I'll have to see how it plays out. I think it's totally understandable that they want to have each of the 3 different designs on the most popular continent, which is Indar at the moment, and probably always will be, unfortunately. But so we'll see how it plays out. They'll gather feedback. Let me know what you guys think, especially if you got to play on them. And let me know how you think that they might play out, and what experiences you've had with the new setup of having the spawns down there as opposed to having them in that building with this layout. Oh, also worth noting that the SCU gen is now here, so like you've got, oh look at that, VR2. So you've got everything that's important really focused right at the center of the base, which I think was the biggest criticism of the Freyr design, was that the center was kind of moot. It was just the spawn point. There was no point there. There was no SCU. There was no generators. There was really very little reason to take down the shield gens on the outside to get inside. So now you kind of have the opposite of that. You have your typical amp station design, and you've got everything that really matters, the meat and potatoes of it inside here, the spawn room, the SU gen, and the point. So it'll be interesting. Let me know what you guys think. I'm gonna hopefully get to play on it a bit as well, and give my feedback over the stream at ItZMuRdA.com. Play on PlanetSide 2 pretty much every day, as much as I possibly can. So that's about it for the patch notes. Let me know what you guys think, what you like and dislike about any of the changes, and what you're looking forward to. And we'll see you guys over at the stream. Thanks. Take care.